Movement. My name is Crystal, and today we're going to be doing more of a restorative sequence. The equipment that you will need is somewhere comfortable that you can lie, a yoga block or a pillow, and something that you can use as a strap. So I'm using one of those super bands, but a yoga strap or a towel will work as well. We're going to be starting on our backs, so if you want you can transition there with me now. We'll have our knees bent and feet flat on the floor. We're just gonna bring the right leg up and grab behind the thigh or the knee. And we're just gonna start with a little bit of a hamstring floss. So I want you to pull your toes towards your face. And very gently you're going to extend the leg and bend. Extend the knee and bend. Okay, so if this is really tight for you, like it's too hard to hold behind the leg and floss the hamstring, you can grab your band or your strap and just hold on like so. And we're just going to move in and out like so. Okay, we're also getting a nice little nerve glide at the same time when we pull our toes in. You might notice that if you extend or point your toes, it's a little bit nicer than when you pull your toes like that. So we're getting some nice nerve glide and hamstring work at the same time. Okay, let's do two more. And we're going to go over to the other side. Again, you can grab behind the thigh. You've got this other leg bent, toes pulled in towards your face, and you're extending and bending the leg like so. If that feels too tight, just relax those shoulders and use the strap or towel. Two more. And okay, let's head over to the other side. So we're going to wrap the bands around the foot now. So you can either go like so. I like to just grab with my one hand and try to make it as easy on my arm as possible so I'm not pulling super hard. Okay, so just relax that shoulder out of your ear, leg is extended, knees extended, sorry. You can have a slight tension to the quad. That's going to keep that leg extended. Make sure that you keep pulling those toes towards your face. And then we're going to extend this other leg. Okay, we're just moving into a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So just taking a couple deep breaths. Nice big inhale through the nose. As you exhale, imagine pulling that foot towards your face just to deepen the stretch. Again, nice big inhale and exhale. So on the next inhale, we're just going to bend that left leg, and then you can bend the right. Release that foot, and we're just going to switch over to the other side. Okay, so you're going to get your hand set up first, then we're going to extend that leg, have a little bit of tension to the quad. Pull those toes towards your face. And when you feel ready, you're going to extend the right leg. We're just going to hang out here and breathe. So nice big inhale through the nose, expand the belly. Exhale, you can pull the foot a little bit closer to the face. Again, just check to make sure that you're not holding a lot of tension into that shoulder that's holding the leg. Just make sure the shoulder's out of the ear and that your arm is straight and you're not holding tension in the bicep. So if that means that you cinch your arm or your hand closer to your foot so that you can get that guy straight, so that you're not pulling like so. It'll just add some more passiveness to the stretch. On the next inhale, let's bend the right leg and then the left leg, releasing the foot. We're going to go back over to the right foot. Okay, and get your foot set up again with the strap around it. Have your block close by. We're going to extend that leg, the left leg. Right leg's already extended. What we're going to do this time is we're just going to guide it open. Like so. Okay, so if your leg is suspended and you're having a hard time relaxing, grab your block, throw it underneath your leg so that your leg can kind of sink into the block so that you can relax through the inner thigh and the groin. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the leg back to center. We're going to switch over to the other side. Okay, so if you need to move your block over to the other side, get your hands set up, extend the leg. Okay, so once we're here, we're going to open this leg up. And again, if your leg is kind of up here and it feels really shaky and suspended, grab a block, put it underneath the leg so it can kind of soften into something. Our body is a lot more likely to soften if it feels supported. Okay, and just again, a reminder about the arm. So if you need to kind of reach your hand a little bit closer towards your foot so that you don't have that pull in the bicep, so you can have a relaxed arm. On the next inhale, we're going to bring that leg back to center. And we're going to release the foot and just set the strap off to the side. We're going to take our right foot out a little bit further than the hip so the right foot moves out nice and wide. And we're going to take the left ankle, cross it over the knee, and we're going to encourage the knee to come down. So we're going to go on into more internal rotation of the hip. And we're just going to hang out here. If while you're here this feels a little too intense on the hip, you can always use the block, slide it underneath the leg, just to help with that a little bit, support yourself a little bit. Again, you never want to feel like you're trying to pull yourself out of the stretch. You want to be able to really sink in, let the hip relax fully. So if that means that you slide a prop underneath your legs, that's totally acceptable. That's just going to help your body soften, relax into the stretch more, and ultimately you will benefit from it more than if you try to jam yourself into a really intense stretch and that your body's fighting the entire time. So on the next inhale, we're going to release the foot and the knee. I like to release the foot and then use it to help the knee come back up. And then we're going to switch over to the other side. So the left foot's going to walk out a little bit wider. We're going to take the right foot and we're going to use it to guide the knee down. Okay, and it's always good to notice, does one side feel tighter than the other? My left hip is tighter, especially in my internal rotation. And I'm pretty sure that has something to do with my knee being reconstructed when I was 16. But it doesn't stop me from doing anything because I stay up with my mobility. I maintain it. But I do know that my left hip is tighter. Okay? So it's just something that I work on. And it's always good to notice and to know where your body's at, to know where your asymmetries are. Okay, we're going to be here for a little bit. So just taking in a couple deep breaths. As you exhale, you're softening that knee and the hip. Using our breath is a really great way to kind of guide us through some of these passive, longer held stretches. Using those inhales and exhales to kind of ebb and flow in and out of the stretch. And if you are trying to improve your flexibility, you really want to sink into those exhales. You can elongate them a little bit if you want, or that's when you would dive a little bit deeper into the stretch, is when you're exhaling. On the next inhale, let's release the foot, and then we're going to use it to help that knee back. We're just gonna extend the legs, give them a little shake. You can extend the arms, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Let those toes flop out to the sides. And let's just take a moment here to let our body sink into the floor. And just appreciate our body for what it does do for us and our ability to move. Just really being present with your breath. Just really letting all that nurturing and love that you just gave your hips to really sink in. And you can be here for as long as you like. We just want to thank you for joining the movement.